Are you one of these people that likes watching what you do?
I normally hate watching what I do, but I do watch it all.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what made it in and what got cut. I have to have some knowledge so I can be pleased or be cross.
So how many series are we now? You completed
We've
two.
completed 2 series.
You completed 2 series. And when was it done? Was it shot quite a while ago?
The second series we just finished in August last year, and it was still being completed. Post production was still going on when it started airing in Australia and in the UK.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I think they were, I think they were 3 episodes in when they were still doing post on the on the last ones right up until a month before they were aired, I believe.
And were you aware of the character before it was offered to you?
No, I had no idea that Kerry Greenwood had been writing these.
Because there are loads of them, aren't there?
Books since 1989 with massive fan base already all around the world. I just heard it was originally called Phryne Fisher, but no one knew how to pronounce Phryne. I did try and encourage these guys to just write the word fry and knee underneath.
Where is that?
It is meant to be a bit.
Where does that name come
amusing.
from? It is an interesting name. Is it a made-up name? Or
no, she was a Greek courtesan who got killed for her beauty.
Okay, well that's really sort of laying the ground out in front of you, isn't it? Really, is to watch.
Yes. Well, I think Phryne she's a really audacious modern woman, even modern in today's senses, but certainly a woman of ahead of the times in 1928, who really is very independent, and no one's going to kill her for her beauty. She's rich in her independence and is a great fighter for the underdog, but knows how to mingle with everyone in authority and how to get up their noses.
Yeah, and I mean, where does she come from as a character? Do we know? Does she's not based on anybody? There wasn't anybody in real life.
No, I think Kerry had a great interest in 1928 because her father was part of the massive strikes in the docks. During that time, she started doing a lot of research. She's a lawyer and researcher, and she started doing a lot of research in 1928. And then, as she was writing, Phryne popped into her head.
Yeah.
With a glass of whiskey and a gasper, and started telling her stories. And so Phryne was born out of Kerry's imagination, but all very much. Each story is based in a part of Melbourne history of that year.
Oh, I see. I didn't realise that. That's it. So, are there stories about the docks then as well?
Yes,
yeah.
They're all
pretty much in and around.
They're all like there's a lot of the social reality of Melbourne in that time, but a lot of which is still very current because it's not only a history lesson. It's it's still about women's rights and who gets to wear the trousers and the fact that women wore trousers at all. And
yeah, well, a lot of people will think not then at all. So she's quite unique for that period, isn't she?
Well, she is, but there was it was the period is the Great War has happened and there has been so much death and destruction and a lot of people are grieving. A lot of men are lost, and a lot of women cut off their hair and took male jobs and started, and then there was kind of this irreverence and loving life before the Depression happened. So it's a very specific little time pocket of massive change, but also kind of great affluence, and Phryne has come from incredible poverty and inherited massive wealth, and so she knows what it is to be poor, and she's not at all mean with her money. She's...
No, well, look, I caught up another episode last night where she was investing in films. I thought that is a way of throwing away your money.
Yes.
Most of the time, some of the time. So do you think we can learn something from her?
I think she's a great role model. She's you know, she's the woman that a lot of women would like to be, and a woman that a lot of men would like to be with. And she's incredibly independent. She's also, she's kind of like a superhero, but she's also like an excellent mother. And even though she hates children, she adopts one and has really great things to say to that child. And, and she's just this wonderful character who really loves life and has the luxury of independence, of owning her own home, her own car, and being able to employ someone to cook her meals and make her bed. And, as well as takes those people with her on her great adventures and feels equal to them, not above them, because she comes from greater poverty than they have come from. And she's, and she can speak a million languages and dance a million dances and drive a car and shoot a gun and throw a dagger and climb a roof and is not afraid of getting her hands dirty. She's perfect. And
what sort of reaction do you get from women to her?
They love her.
They don't think she's unrealistic or at all?
Well, is Indiana Jones unrealistic? Is James Bond unrealistic? There's plenty of male characters who share the same kind of brilliant streak.
And what about men? What do they say about her?
They love her, mostly.
Of course.
Yes. They love escaping into Phryne's land.
And what sort of reaction did you have from the writer to, what you'd done with it?
Well,
did you talk to her a lot about it?
I was very nervous about playing a character that had such a huge fan base. But I have also played other characters from famous books before. However, Kerry she was part of the process. She was the person who had final say, almost, on who got to play this part.
Oh, okay. So did you read for her, or did you?
No, but she saw my test, and then we met, and she said perfect, and then she saw the first series, and she said now she can't now when she goes to write, because she's just put out her 20th book, that I am the Phryne that's in her brain now.
God, how does that make you feel?
Great. It's fantastic.
It is, isn't it?
The person who I felt the greatest need to please. I think I feel very good that I've pleased her, and consequently, her fans can love it or not. It's the fact that I'm in her imagination I think that's a great achievement.
Yeah, I saw another Australian crime drama a month or so ago. Craig McLaughlin doing something which is made down there. Australians, I'm harking back to when I used to watch Division 4 or something like that, which is a procedural. This more traditional type of crime drama.
Do you think Phryne's traditional?
Well, only in the sense. No, I think it's the structure of it is, isn't it?
Yeah, the structure of it is, but it's more of a romp than a.
But it's a mystery. In terms of crime mystery, have Australians got a real taste for this now? Because normally, it's a big British thing, isn't it?
Oh, I think they have a taste for it because of the British history of it, the fact that it's been on our television so much. But I think also, I think that particularly Miss Fisher is a world you escape into, because it is so glorious looking and so rich and exotic, and still and still it is, you know, it is a murder mystery, but it's a relationship story about the family of characters that Phryne has attracted into her life, and each episode is a completely different world, but through that world are, you know, Dot and Hugh's little blossoming love affair, and Jack and Phryne's complicated dance, and Hugh and Jack's, you know, lovely mentorship, and you know, and Mr. Butler and Bert and Cess, and I think that a lot of what keeps people intrigued is the fact that those relationships keep moving and growing.
The ensemble part of it, I suppose, yeah. And so the first series, I'm just thinking back, has got a story arc to it, hasn't it, the whole?
Yes.
Just tell me a little bit about that, because certainly for readers that won't be familiar with it.
Well, also part of that story arc is brought in by Deb Cox and our writers.
Oh, I see, right.
Because that's not why Phryne becomes a detective in Kerry's books.
Oh, I see.
So, although most of her history is her history, there are elements that our writers brought in to create a 13-part story arc. So, Phryne is born in a very very poor part of Collingwood, Melbourne, and at the age of 13, her little sister, 11-year-old sister, and they break in everywhere. Her 11-year-old sister is abducted, disappears from having snuck into the circus beside her, and their parents, her father is alcoholic, and although a man gets arrested for abducting another child who escapes and he is imprisoned for that kidnap, everyone believes that he took Phryne's little sister, but no one can prove it, and nor do they know where her body has ended up. And also because the Great War is going on, her father's cousins are all killed off, and the family have inherited massive wealth and a title, and because they can't find her little sister, they move to England, where Phryne gets a boarding school education and runs away from home and joins the French ambulance, and you know, learns how to fly a plane, and speak French and various other languages. So she comes back to Australia because that man in prison is imminently about to be released, and she wants to keep him in jail and prove that he is the man who killed her little sister, and to find her little sister. And so and because of the people that she meets upon arrival in Australia, she decides to become a detective, because
of course
that's what she's really good at.
So you don't imagine though she'll ever settle down then, that she won't suddenly choose someone who'll come along and let's get a suburban dwelling. And
she's had a terrible experience in part of her love life history, and she'll never let a man be the boss of her ever again. But she loves men. They're great, and she will enjoy them as long as she's not ruled by them.
And just quickly then, I remember seeing you in Australia, which was one of my favourite films. I mean, what's coming up film-wise? Are you looking to do anything?
I've just, we've just come from the success from the Sundance Film Festival of a film called The Babadook, which I shot a year ago. And that was a smash hit in Sundance, and it's just been sold to Wild Bunch in France and Icon here. So it will be released here this year.
Great.
And I also did a telemovie for the centenary of Dylan Thomas which is this year. So that will come out at
Yeah.
the beginning of this year. That's called A Poet in New York.
So, quite a bit going on, Mars.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like working with Baz then, the legend?
Oh, he's lovely, actually. Lovely. He's a very lovely man with an open ear, and great enthusiasm. Yeah.
Terrific. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.